Okay. I got confused and I forgot I'd done a cancer reading, but I had cancer in my mind when I did this. If you see what I mean. Um, Now your core. I'm going. I got a bit over extravagant in this one because I had to keep going till it made sense, and then that one. So I'm going to bat through and not talk. Um, can I just say the card that fell out, even before I even got it, fell out over there. Um, it was the Griffin, and my grandmother was a Griffin, and it's the eagle and the lion. So you've got the king of the air and the king of the earth. So two of the biggest. Well, if you want to know what griffins are, look them up. Because I've got enough to talk about here. um, but I just want to say there's a griffin overseeing this. So honour and good luck. I'm going to start off with this card. It's getting into the vertex. My life is about my relationships. You will never find yourself in a point in time when the subject of relationships is not an active part of your new experience. For everything you perceive or notice or know is because of your relationship with something else. Without I can do it. Sorry, I'm reading it through the screen. Uh, without a comparative experience, you would be unable to perceive or focus any kind of understanding within yourself. Therefore, it is accurate to say that without relationships, you could not exist at all. So even the rough ones we have to be thankful for because they've taught us probably what we don't want and what we're going to steer away from in the future. Um, so you can bounce off a double negative, and why not? So your core energy is the Hierophant. Um, I've in the back of my mind, I always thought this is like the stairway to heaven, but I mean, that's, I don't know which rune that. That looks like a rune, doesn't it? And that's sort of like a Metatron to a crystal thingy. Anyway, to me, that suggests like the path of religion. It's nice and wide and comfortable down here, but it might feel a bit tight further up. So you've got to it's best to do your homework to figure out what it's going to be like up there whilst you're down here, because there's no point in getting all the way up there thinking, "Ooh, this is a bit suffocating." um, I mean, there are plenty of religions to choose from, or plenty of ways of life to choose from, philosophies or what have you. And there will be light at the end of all of them, if that's what you believe in. But I mean, there are people who say, "Oh, I'll keep going. Oh, it's a bit uncomfortable." They jump off and they do another one. And if you really want that light or that enlightenment, you got to go the course. I never know. I've never noticed all these symbols here. So you got a fish and a pentacle. Oh, and that's the Om. There, isn't it? Om. Oh, you've got loads of stuff here. No, that's not. I don't know. That's not a lotus flower. I'm not sure. Anyhow, yeah, we're wasting time. And then to clarify that, I used the Madame Endora deck. Oh, this is the Light Seers deck, by the way. That looks like a fishbone. I don't know why it's a fishbone. You got the wizard. So what's going on here? He's got his wand in his hand. And it's, why has he got his at the back of his hand to the moon? He's got his back of the hand to the moon, whatever that means. And I don't. Oh, there's something in Madame Endora about Palmer Street. So he's got a blue ring on his middle finger. Is that the Jupiter finger? I don't know. But this is all quite Celtic here, isn't it? Hmm. Anyway, what's all this other stuff in the background here? Oh, well, that's astrology. So that's the feminine or Venus there, isn't it? What have we got there? Feminine, yeah. So it looks like some sort of alphabet, doesn't it? Apart from that is for sulfur. It's alchemical, isn't it? And okay. Use your skills to aid others. And to yeah. So the sage philosopher and advisor. So what's amazing is you've got advisor and hierophant. So it's almost like you're in a position of responsibility, or you could really make a difference somewhere. The wizard is also a skilled practitioner of the known sciences and the art of magic. He possesses a mysterious and charming demeanor. The wizard's power is derived from secret knowledge. However, an abuse of power can lead to misfortune. An abuse of power can lead to misfortune. Use your skills to aid others, and you will achieve great things. I'm guessing on the flip side of that, if you operate under the table or in the dark, you'll get that. Okay, so that's current energy. current core energy. This is coming in. You got 5 of Cups, which is regret. Or watching. I mean, look, this colour. It's almost like, if you think about it, where people go with a knife, it's like the jugular. It's almost like your life force is being sucked down the plug hole. So what are you worried? What are you regretting? So I got this Sun Tzu Art of War deck. So I thought we'd put that here. On the day they are ordered out to battle, your soldiers may weep. Those sitting up bedewing their garments, and those lying down letting the tears run down their cheeks. But let them once be brought to bay, and they will display courage. So yeah, let people have their emotions, because it's just temporary, isn't it? Okay. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Nelson Mandela once wrote, "The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." If you need to do something fearful, remember President Roosevelt's declaration that we have nothing to fear but fear itself. Face it. Share your fear with friends. There is safety in numbers, and if you feel safe, you will feel braver. Yeah, well, I couldn't. You can't disagree with that. So, possibly this is about. There we go. Let's dig a little deeper here, because this is what's. I just tried to pick up this deck, and that one fell on the floor. So it's coming. So it's going to end in the 6 of Wands. So you're going to be successful. Ta-da! And the winner is. But you've got to really drag yourself up by your bootstraps to get out of this fear thing, because it's dominating. But it's often, you just got to say, other people might not be able to see it right now because they're conditioned that way, but it's the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do. I know it's the right thing to do. And once you actually stop going along with the crowd, or maybe you've been seduced into doing something not quite of the light, and you think, actually that I have to. I've got to be honest. I've got to flush that behaviour down the thing, and I'm going to lift myself up, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to put things right. Because I mean, we're talking about regret, so we've got tears here. Yes, so you've been upset about something, maybe about your own behaviour, but when push comes to shove, you're going to stand up and be brave, and you're going to show courage, and you're going to go against. It's almost like whistleblowing, or so, I don't know why that. And feel the fear, but do it anyway, and then actually it's going to bring. I mean, wow, yeah. I think you're going to shock your own self, and it's like the put him up. It's like the Cowardly Lion getting his Anyway, let's moving on. So, what's going right for you? Well, you're being a bit of a disruptor. Well-meaning, but you're upsetting an apple cart or two. Yeah, spark it up. So what we're going. So let's get the book out. Yeah. Oh, gee, I had it. Where's it gone? Where has it gone? Oh, do you know, I've got them all lined up here. Oh, hang on, it's over here. What is it? Orca. Hello, Orca. I'm loving this new deck. Dive under the surface. Okay. Take a deep breath first. Because what I love about this is they say a little bit like that. Then it's in the last sentence. They shove it around the corner for you. You think, oh, I didn't expect that. There's a little book of surprises. This I love it. So, when you look at I'll do that. When you look at the ocean or the surface of a lake, the first thing you see is a reflection of the sky. The water's surface is a mirror hiding the depths. When you dive deep, you discover there are worlds within worlds below that mirrored surface. Underwater is its own magical kingdom, a world with love and song and family. In the language of the Lummi nation of the Pacific Northwest, the word for orca translates as the people beneath the sea. Orca holds up a mirror showing us another possible world, one with different ways of communicating and creating family. Orca asks, what is possible when you dive under the surface? Are there other ways to live and be? Can you create an alternate world for yourself? Cryptic. Yeah. So that's what's going right. So maybe your your view of creating new worlds is upsetting a few apple carts, because generally, when somebody suggests something and it gets poo-pooed, it's generally because the wrong people will be making money from it at the beginning. If the power isn't in the right hands yet, it's a bit like wave power and stuff like that. Everyone go, oh no, it'll never catch on. And then people like BP and all that lot sort of mopped up the new starters. And it's only when BP or the establishment could actually would make the money from it being successful that it actually took off, because it was hampered, kneecapped all the time, and dismissed as useless and stupid. But when it falls into the establishment's hands and they can make their money from it, it's the best thing ever. Yep, there you go. Freemasons. So what's not going quite so right? Queen of Wands. I love this card. She's so natural and so happy, and just exploring and developing her own powers in this card. Look at that. She's going, look what I can do, just to herself. She's not trying to impress anybody. She's doing it to develop herself. No audience. Maybe people are looking at her, but she's not going to even notice, because she's so. My God, look at the power that I've got. What do I do with it? How can I? Who do I ask that I can trust? Because other people might think I'm showing off or something, because everyone's criticised me for all the other stuff in the past. Who can I show this to? Woof. Anyway. And then you got Boar. Fearless in conflict. That's quite a bore, isn't it? Okay. Hello, dinner. I'm not set up for filming really, but I'm going to carry on. There you go. So Boar. I'm just going to do that. You can pause it if you want to. Now I'm going to put the phone down so I can read it. Okay. The wild boar is revered for its strength and ferocity and signifies power and fearless in conflict. Weapons and armor are adorned with boar symbols to empower warriors. The boar goddess Arduina of northern Gaul rides bareback on a galloping boar. Arwain, the lord of the Welsh otherworld, rewards Pwyll for his bravery with the gift of the first herd of pigs in Wales. If you choose this card, the conditions ask for strong and decisive actions because conflict, disagreements, and discord can be multiplied by indecision and vacillation. To act with the power and strength of a warrior, you must first seek clarity and then act decisively. The wild boar is never indecisive and moves forward astutely, while the fierce aggression of the wild boar is rarely needed in everyday life. A steady focus and determinism are often required, especially in business and professional life. Sometimes you must fight for what you or your community needs or wants. When applied to personal or intimate affairs, this oracle points to swift and decisive actions to contain misunderstandings or block the actions of others when safety or security is threatened. In specific circumstances, you must protect and defend yourself physically and emotionally from the actions of others. Stay centered and resolute. Right, sage advice, really. I mean, in the Chinese thing, I'm a metal pig, child of 71. So anyone born in 1971 is a metal pig. Now, the boy in the Chinese thing is just loyal to a fault until somebody proves that it's misplaced loyalty, then you ditch them. Love. So there's so much love. I mean, I know this because I've done my homework on it because it's me. Oh, isn't that weird? Look, this card number 17 and it's 1971. I know it's backwards, but at least the numbers are there. Yeah, but you piss off a pig, they'll come at you. Not in a nasty. They'll come at you to challenge you, make you explain. You know, why are you doing that to me? And they will challenge you like that and ask you very direct questions. I mean, pig. I mean, it's actually very linked with Sagittarius. They're not going to dress it up. They're going to be like, "Oh, what's your game, mate?" So that's what's not going quite so well. So, so maybe somebody's taking a shine off your. Is someone's copying you, or someone's faking you, doppelganging you? Well, there's a reason for this conflict anyway, because it wasn't gotten quite so well. Somebody's not allowing some sort of talent or something to come through. Someone's blocking something. I'm guessing. Right now, well, this is the happening here. Let's put all these away. So we start. This is what do you need to let go of? Well, this comes out. This is card number 17. The start after the Tower card of the 16. So this is actually just refocus, having a good wash. She normally got a bit out. But it's like trying to tug that star down, or sort of climbing up to it. But instead of being best supporting mattress in somebody else's movie or world, it's deciding really to follow your own. So this is what you need to let go of. It's not let go of Aquarius or let go of anything else. I think this is a double confirmation of let go of all the other crap and just follow what you want. So it's not like not let go of your dreams. This is like let go of everything else but your dreams. So it amplifies that kind of Aquarius. Now it was clarified by the Queen of Swords. Well, the Queen of Swords is for Libra. Queen of Swords is a hard, cold woman. Probably the coldest card in the whole deck. She'll rip your head off as soon as look at you. So, I don't know, why am I doing this? We just spoken about somebody blocking something. And it's almost like, look at that. It's almost like somebody, look at where she's. Somebody's, what's that Frank Sinatra? Someone's stomping on. Some people get a kick from stomping on a dream. That's life. So I don't know if you've got a Libra who's trying to piss on your fireworks. So I couldn't make sense. I thought, you can extrapolate everything. Well, let's have a bit more clarity on it. And we got the talisman. Well, you're destined to succeed. So that Queen of Swords ain't going to stand in your way too much longer. Whatever that means. I'm just going to put the phone down. So the talisman in here, it says, come on. You map it. Talisman, okay. The talisman is a keepsake or charm that has deep significance or offers protection in spiritual matters. Good fortune shines upon you, and you are destined to succeed in your goal. Okie dokie. Actually, whilst I'm here, I'm going to read the Griffin card out because that's what came out for it. Fell on, no, it jumped. So that's what's. It's almost like the protection. That you've got Griffin as a protection because that demanded to come out first before the whole thing. Here we go. The Griffin represents honor and good luck. Lofty ideals and high expectations are indicative of the demanding nature of this beast. A risk will reap rewards. Okay. Okey pokey. And then number 46. Fairies of mischief and play, the call of laughter. Well, we know the Fae folk are a bit naughty sometimes. So number 46. Luke. I'll show you the text at the end because I haven't got that in my hand now. Come on. Okay. So, the fairies find humans curiously earnest and sombre, and therefore amusing. By playing tricks on us, they offset our seriousness with their mischief. They're unusually fond of confounding humans with playful tricks, swapping of objects, and fiddling merry dance tunes beneath our house. The fairies' presence bring playfulness, frolicking, and laughter into our everyday lives. If you choose this card, watch out for fun. Laughter and humour are great medicines. Laughter soothes the spirit and ignites the body with ecstasy. Oh, hey. Easy good. Ebenezer good. Cutting deftly to the quick, laughing at yourself shatters in incrimination and morbid introspection. Similarly, in a new and strange circumstances, humour breaks the ice because people love to laugh deeply where spirits meet unintroduced with no formalities. Laughter and playfulness have a natural buoyancy that joins easily to joy. Where is the laughter and fun in your life? How long has it been since you laughed so hard that your sides ached? When did you last laugh at yourself? Are you taking anything too seriously that it distorts the fullness of your life? Is the humour of the human condition escaping your notice? The fairies of mischief and humour poke fun at human seriousness to bring us more joy. Drawing this oracle suggests that you are approaching the frontier of laughter and merriment. Enjoy. So you got good stuff coming your way. Okay, top of my vein. And why is that? You're destined to succeed because you're gonna. Well, this is such a warm card and focus, but somebody's trying to put shit. Pervert it really. Okay. So then I thought, okay, let's go back to this, and we got the Ten of Pentacles. This is a Tree of Life thing. So yeah, I mean, your life should be successful. So, it needs a bit more laughter in it, but success. And there's one person here who wants to, mess about with it. Then I was like, oh my giddy aunt, because the card for Cancer came out. Oh, no, hang on. I've screwed that up completely. Sorry. I'll take all that back. If we're starting from here again, because I've picked up the wrong card. My mistake, I'm sorry. What we got here was the Page of Swords. No, I mean the modern meaning of the page of swords. I mean, okay, you can take it this way, where you can do so many things. You're tightrope walking, reading a book, having light bulb moments, and rising above the situation, all without realizing you're doing quite so much. But the modern, slightly darker meaning of it is gang stalking, hacking, people having their sticky beak in your business a bit too much. So let's hope it's not you doing that to somebody else, because that would be wrong. Let's hope you're finding a way how to combat it. Maybe the Queen of Swords, getting her doing it to you. So then we had another one, Two of Swords. Now, looking at this, we've got swords. I mean, this is all air signs, especially with Aquarius in there too. Yeah, there's a lot of air signs. So what have you got to let go of? Well, swords and air about plans. So you might have to change your plans. Okay. How do you make God laugh? Oh, telling your plans. Now what have you got here? Lost in space, needing direction. Ah, okay. Or to adjust your course, maybe. Hang on, I'll put this down. 36. This is the captain of your ship. Listen to that song. I'll post it. This is the captain. This is an SMS. Yeah. There you go. Indirection. So there's a lot of feathers on here. So that's suggesting she's an angel who is. You got the sun over there. The earth there. Is she using the earth as a bit of a toy, a bit of a plaything? Trying to change. Or is she trying to get close? Is she trying to move into your world? I mean, I don't know. Let's have a look. Okay, there you go. There you go. Let's put this down. Sometimes in life feeling lost, need a direction and focus a 24-hour day. Sometimes in life we lose our way, perhaps falling prey to addictive behaviours, jealousy, comparison, resistance or fear. This happens especially when we are up-levelling and genuinely changing for the better. A part of us, hiding in the vast expansiveness of space, wants to sabotage our progress. Here we go. In the transformation process, our inner world no longer feels safe or inhabitable, as we find that our thoughts and beliefs have morphed beyond recognition. You may find yourself adrift in this way right now, unable to focus or determine the next step. You might be tired and simply need to regroup and rest. When you lack direction, the first thing to do is to redirect your perspective of time. Like a newborn baby who needs swaddling to feel safe, you're invited to reduce your life visioning to the next 24 hours. Anyone who can handle living in 24-hour compartments, which allows everything to feel grounded and manageable. You get lost in space when you imagine being swallowed up in the giant vastness of the future with its dark uncertainty, or reflect on how your past has held you captive in a hall of distorted never-ending mirrors, reminding you of your mistakes and flaws, failures and losses. Take heart that the simple 24-hour container immediately banishes those two awful eternities away. You will find your energy and focus restored as you recognize that you are never lost at all. Keep it simple right now, conserve your energy and take care of you in basic, fundamental ways, and the world will be right again. Okay. Nice one. So yeah, it's about you go in the right direction, but you just need to do that again. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So then I got the Hieronymus Bosch deck out, and you got the Conjurer or the Magician. I'll do that one there. Okay. The Conjurer is a perfect image of the magician found in classical tarot decks. Upon the table are the tools of his trade, only lacking the sword. This conjurer, however, has a few more tricks up his sleeve. Along with the classic shell game he has set up on the table, there is an owl hiding in his basket and a tiny dog dressed as an elf or demon behind the table. He will conjure these animals for the audience as easily as the golden ball in his hand, and once the demon dog jumps through the hoop a few times, the conjurer will be assured of plenty of tips. Although the conjurer is tricking the audience, he isn't malicious or stealing their money. The conjurer's facial expression suggests he's performed this routine so often the joy is gone. Okay. In Britain, we had a TV show called Heidi High, and they had a Punch and Judy man who hated kids. A bit like that. More importantly, he's perfected his art to the point where he can perform it even when his heart isn't feeling the same passion as when he began his craft. So you might have, yeah, you might have a crisis of confidence, thinking, why am I even doing this anymore? All I ever do is get criticised for it. At his core, the conjurer is a performer, actor, and storyteller. This is a creative person who can spin gold out of straw and who possesses a healthy dose of sales ability. Any deception indicated by this card is not malicious. More likely, it is information that has not yet been revealed. So are you getting a hard time for doing something that you can't talk about just yet? And you're thinking, well, God, I'm doing all this positive stuff. I'm being muzzled because I'm not allowed to talk about it, and the person I'm doing it for is because I don't know, they're not showing any appreciation. Well, how can they show appreciation if they don't know about it? So you got yourself into this situation. You knew the muzzle was there, or the gag order was there, so you should have anticipated this. This is almost like the final test, isn't it? And you just got to get it over the finishing line because you knew. I mean, what were you going to do? Keep it secret all this time? When whoever you're helping, you could smell it in the air that something was going on, and you thought they weren't going to notice, and you could turn up and go ta-da with a bunch of flowers, and this person goes, "Well, I wish you'd have told me. If you've been doing it for me, then you should have told me. You should have fought the gag order." Because I don't like shit going off in my name behind my back. Because I wouldn't have done it like that. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. So maybe somebody knows that they've got the wrong end of the stick, but they actually have to they have to announce how they're feeling about it. It's not a personal thing. It's just like, will everyone just back off and stop talking for me? And that individual might be thinking, well, why am I the only person who's not been asked or involved here? Why is everybody's in the dark, and it's all about me, and why am I the only one in the dark about it? It's the feeling I'm getting. Anyway, so what we got here was, well, hey, bang, here you come. So this is what you've got to let go of. So when you let go of that, what comes in? Well, you bang, chariot. It's almost like you can start movement again. You can start grinding your gears, and you're going to feel much more like yourself once you do this just reset. And you're going to get 10 of Pentacles. So I mean, it's great, good stuff. Bam. Now you got the Knight of Coins. Now I don't know much about this Hieronymus Bosch deck, so I'm going to put the thing down. He looks like a thieving piece of turd, but it's I skim read it, and apparently it's not all that bad. So can you see what he's doing there? He's yanking somebody. He's looking over there, but doing something down here, so it's not too honest. Schemes, business, success by cheating. Well, I don't know what else they're doing there. One of their nightclubs. Okay, I'm going to do that, so you can pause it if you want to. Let me put the phone down. Okay, a man wearing spectacles slyly steals the purse of another man who is leaning forward. The thief appears to be engrossed in the show happening in front of him, while his hand lifts the purse of gold without getting caught. Under any other suit, this depiction would be embodied in the Baron. In this suit, however, a skilled thief can be considered somewhat heroic, especially if his victim is completely clueless. That needs a bit of explanation, doesn't it? Although he's stealing the Knight of Coins does have one redeeming quality. He does not rob his victim of the key hanging from his waist. Oh, we'll leave him, let him get home then. The knight only takes what he needs. He's not out to ruin the victim by ransacking his house and taking everything he's got. This card indicates someone who is about to start their own business or an entrepreneur who is already working for themselves. It suggests business savvy. Yeah. And the ability to operate a successful enterprise rather than someone who steals or uses underhanded business tactics. Okay, so it's well, it's a choice, isn't it? Choice you got to make. Yeah. Okay. Make of that what you will. So, we've got a conversation 40 minutes ago. So, Luke, what do you need to know that you don't know? Seven of Cups. So you've got a lot of choices. One of them involves a snake here. Snakes and ladders. Clarification. One's going to be either disappointing or heartbreaking. But that's only one of those, isn't it? So I said, let's have another one. That's a card for Libra, by the way. And then you got the Six of Cups, which is about nostalgia and looking backwards. Then you got the Six of Pentacles, which is about being breadcrumbed or breadcrumbing somebody else. And then you got the Magician. And then you got the Wizard over there. And we've got the Conjurer there. So wow. So yeah, there's quite a lot of the arts around, aren't there? Then we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, so the Eight of Pentacles, which means you've either put hard work into it or it's going to require a lot of hard work. You got the Four of Swords, which means it's relaxation and chilling out. So I think you put the hard work into it and you're soon going to be able to, yeah. So I think the hard work's gone into this. That's what you, so this is going to be the, yeah, you've done enough. It's going to work. You might have something explaining to do. But I think what you've done is with the best of intentions, even though it might be a bit of a surprise to the subject. Okay. So, how is this cycle going to finish? And I put a demon card on the end so you can identify which demon will be trying to stop it finishing. So what do you have to overcome demon-wise? Not your demon, but the demon that's been assigned to you, keeping you in this cycle and not breaking out of it. Page of Pentacles. Well, financial freedom, and so it's a person influence type thing, not an event like the Ace. So there was something here, wasn't there? That you can really help somebody. Maybe financial freedom for somebody else. Maybe. Blah. So the demon, Asmodeus, King of Wands. So King of Wands is Sagittarius. I did quite a bit of reading on Asmodeus last year because that's my face. Yeah, I put here mythology guru. Okay, I'm going to put the phone down and read this. So, Asmodeus, the demon king of the nine hells, lust incarnate. Let's meet the mythical demon Asmodeus, a being that is spread by countless legends and traditions of many cultures. Asmodeus is one of the seven princes of hell, a demon whose evil is matched only by his talent. I have specialised in spreading lust, and he doesn't just prey on ordinary people. Kings, queens, and even divine beings have been affected by his touch. One of the many figures that rule the hell that we also find in other cultures. Blah, 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 blah. Who is Asmodeus? He's a prince of demons, or in the Judo-Islamic tradition of king of earthly spirits, Shedim Jin. The best known from the Deuterocanonical Book of Tobit, in which he is the main antagonist. In Binsfield's classification of demons, Asmodeus represents lust. The demon is also named in several Talmudic fables, one such legend being the story where King Solomon built the Temple of Jerusalem. Some Renaissance Christians feared that Asmodeus was the prince of the 9 hells. Asmodeus is also presented as one of the 7 rulers of hell. He's an important guy. No wonder they pitched him against the King of Wands. In the symbolization of demons, each of these characters personifies one of the 7 deadly sins, such as lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, anger, envy, and pride. Asmodeus is anchored in ancient Persia. Asmodeus is anchored in ancient Persia, identified as the demon Ashadeva, one of the 7 archangels of Persian mythology. He is said to be a demon of passion, jealousy, and rage. The meaning of his name may also come from the Hebrew shaman, meaning to destroy. He is also known as destroyer of men and demon of lust. Representations of Asmodeus. In Jewish tradition, Asmodeus is described as the king of demons. Oh, wow. Quite an elevated... Tradition has it that Asmodeus fell in love with Sarah, the beautiful daughter of Raguel. He desired Sarah for himself and did not want her to marry a human man. But Sarah married, and every time Asmodeus came to the marriage bed, and he killed her new husband. This happened 7 times. It was then that Tobias, the eponymous author of the book, was visited by the angel who told him how to handle the demonic lover. Tobias betrothed Sarah and threw Asmodeus out. The demon fled to the farthest regions of Egypt, where the angel Raphael bound him. In the Testament of Solomon, Asmodeus plays a very important role. When King Solomon asked the demon his functions, Asmodeus describes him as causing the destruction of fidelity between man and wife, either by calamites or by causing the man to stray. He also attacks the beauty of virgins by causing them to be consumed. I don't know. You'd have to look that up. In the passage reminiscent of the Book of Tobit, Asmodeus admits that the angel Raphael has power over him. Oh, right. So you played. Okay. So to get rid of Asmodeus, if you feel Asmodeus is tripping you up, look to Raphael for inspiration. He could also be put to flight by burning the gall of a specific fish. That's right. You've got to barbecue the gallbladder of a fish, haven't you? It's going to stink to high heaven, but it's going to get rid of this demon. Origins and beginnings of Asmodeus. It is also stated in the Testament of Solomon that he was born of the seed of an angel by a man's daughter. Okay, so a female hooked an angel then. If this were true, he would be among the Watchers. He was also included among the Seraphim, the highest angelic order, but fell from grace, and in the Jewish Haggadah with respect to Noah. Asmodeus is said to, he's quite alive, isn't he? Hey? Asmodeus is said to have come from a union between the fallen angel Shamdon and a lustful maiden Nama. King Solomon bound him with iron, a metal often used as anathema to demons. In addition, in the fairy lore of the British Isles, iron is used to harm or drive away the fae. Gosh, I didn't know that. Also, according to Hebrew law, Asmodeus is the husband of Lilith. No, here we go. Yeah, she had to come in, didn't she? Oh my god, yeah. Asmodeus is said to have come from a Okay, also, according to Hebrew law, Asmodeus is the husband of Lilith, the queen of lust and mother of succubi and incubi, or is associated with her. Being a companion of Lilith is very likely, since he is characterized as the demon of lust, sensuality, and luxury. A conjunction of Asmodeus and Leviathan is mentioned in the Grimoire of Armadale. The 2 demons can teach about the malice of other demons, but the operator is warned when using this technique because these two demons lie. In Francis Barrett's The Magician, Asmodeus is associated with the sin of anger. Arthur Edward Waite's 1910 edition of the Book of Black Magic and Covenants mentions Asmodeus as the superintendent the superintendent of the casinos of hell. The mention of a demonic hierarchy comes from the 19th century demonologist Charles Béguier. Look out. Demonization in history. Of course, Christianity continued to demonize it. It was a major target in witch trials during the Middle Ages, attached with the sexual nature. He would naturally be among the main demons with whom the witches were accused of having sexual relations. He also continued to be accused for his relationship with Lilith. He was a patron of sorcerers and wizards who invoked him to smite their enemies. He also ruled gambling houses and was invoked with his head uncovered. The demon was one of the infernal agents accused of sexuality possessing the nuns of Louviers in France. See the Black Mass. Etymology of Asmodeus. The name Asmodeus is also believed to have roots from the Avestan language, meaning wrath and demon. However, it is likely that such a form existed in the Book of Tobit, Asmodiosos, and the Talmud's Asmodei reflected. In the study of Zoroastrian and Middle Persian demonology, the unit form of Chasm Dev did coexist, where the form Dev was the same as Deva. However, the encyclopedia proposes that the Asmodeus of the Apocrypha and the Testament of Solomon are not only related in some way to Esma, oh God, we've got another one here, but has similar behaviour, appearance, and roles, to conclude in another article under the heading Aeshma, A-E-S-H-M, Ashma, get me inhaler. In the paragraph, influence of Persian beliefs on Judaism, that the Zoroastrian Persians' beliefs might have strongly influenced the theology of Judaism in the long run. Origin. Most scholars agree that Asmodeus is derived from Aeshma Deva, a wrathful demon who appeared in Persian Zoroastrianism around about the 9th century BC. Later, the Jewish and Christian religions built on the infamy of Aeshma Deva, creating a new demon called Asmodeus. In the Talmud and the Testament of Solomon, Asmodeus appears as one of the demons who was forced to help build Solomon's temple. Unfortunately, Asmodeus proved too powerful for this bondage, and when he fell upon Solomon's beautiful wives, he decided enough was enough. He threw Solomon 400 miles into the desert. Why did Solomon let that happen then? He must have been looking the other way. Into the desert, then disguised himself as king and took over his palace as well as his wives. Finally, Solomon returned and cast out the demon. This is about doppelganger energy, isn't it? And wanting to get someone to leave their home or move. So somebody's home will be empty. And take over their wives. So hang on, be very, 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 very careful. You might go somewhere thinking somebody lives there, but the person who you meet isn't the real person. It's a fake. I got mugged last year, and my passport and my driving license got stolen, and I've cancelled them. But anybody who's still got the old ones could, without using them officially, they could still present, let's say, to a bar or something, pretending to be me. Even though I've done the right thing, there's nothing more I can do unless these people are caught. But it's the danger we'll have with that kind of ID going missing. So if you're meeting somebody new, don't rely on passport and driving license. You must find a way to ID them beyond all doubt, because emails and phone calls and all kinds of things can get intercepted. I've had a doppelganger energy in my energy. It's a Scorpio neighbour, and he's the bootleg King of Wands. Well, King of Wands, it's about the King. And I did his tarot cards, and I thought, my God, why are you trying so hard to be Sagittarius? Because it was like a Sagittarius was doing, and I thought, but you're not. You're Scorpio. Why are you trying to? and I know he's trying to. Oh, I better not say too much because it might get. This is going to get legal in my world. But if I can help, just make sure you know who you're talking. Make sure you know who you're talking to and who you might be going to visit or something. I don't know. What's 400 miles? I would walk far. It's 500 miles. Be very, very careful. Very careful. Very careful. Yeah. Oof. In the Book of Tobit, Asmodeus appears as an evil demon who kills several of Sarah's husbands and needs to be cast out by the angel. So Raphael. There's a clue in Raphael somewhere. Later, Jewish and Christian theologians included Asmodeus in their categorization of demons. He appeared in important books, including the Dictionnaire Infernal, where he was given his high rank among the demons of hell. Characteristics of Asmodeus. Here we go. He may be the prince of lust, but his appearance isn't exactly enticing. He's a monstrous creature with 3 heads, one like a sheep, one like a bull, and one like a man. The man's face may sound like the most normal, but with pointed ears, a hooked nose, and jagged teeth, and a fire-breathing mouth, this human feature is perhaps the most ghoulish of all. All of Asmodeus' heads are crammed into a chest. Oh my goodness. Which resembles a man. At the waist, his body undergoes another bizarre transformation, giving him the shiny feathered legs of a rooster and the scaly tail of a snake. As if Asmodeus were not strange and disturbing enough, the demon rides an equally bizarre steed, a lion, with the wings and neck of a dragon. Well, ain't that bizarre? Because I know that my doppelganger. Oh, yeah, I've got a picture of the wrong thing. My doppelganger, he's got sparrow legs. I've always had like chunky rugby players' legs, but he's got snappy little legs. Let's just look at this then. Oh, it doesn't show his legs off, does it? Because that's his 3 heads. But what's weird about this? So his steed is a lion, king of the earth, with wings and neck of a dragon. So it's a lion and a flying creature. And what fell out at the beginning of this reading? The griffin, which is the lion and an eagle. So they haven't quite, my goodness, they can't fake the griffin. That's how it's a clue about how to identify them, because they can't fake the griffin. The griffin is about protection. They're guardians of good stuff, of gold. And if you go around the tarot, 78 cards, if you apply that to the elemental table, the periodic table of elements, 79 is gold, 78 is platinum, I think it is. So when you've been around once and you're the rubedo and you go back to the beginning, it's gold. So you start again as gold. And griffins guard gold. And okay. So somebody has managed to. In my example, it would be the Scorpio has managed to fool enough people that he is the King of Wands, but actually only the people who know to look close enough that there's something about he hasn't managed to fake the mythology. There's something there. Look at Griffins and Raphael. That's where you'll find your evidence. Some later myths have narrowed the horror box of Asmodeus' physical features. They describe. Oh, Lummy, what we do? Here you go. They describe him as a young man with an attractive face. He can be picked out of the crowd by his pronounced limp. Oh, well, I've got a limp at the moment. And if you caught him without his clothes, not hard to do considering his lustful habits, you would find he has a crow's foot. Oh my God, didn't I just said sparrow? I did, sparrow legs. I don't know what a crow's foot means in like disability stuff. So Asmodeus is a powerful demon. He is considered one of the 7 princes of hell, a position that requires a lot of cunning and cruelty to obtain. Each one of the 7 princes of hell is responsible for spreading one of the 7 deadly sins. Asmodeus specializes in lust. In some cases, I have fanned the flames of lust. For example, I've connected with Solomon's wife. Yeah, exactly. Bathsheba. Whore of Babylon. and may have been responsible for amplifying her infamous sex appeal. Oh, he is also the husband or son of Lilith, the mother of all succubi. In other cases, Asmodeus preys on people who succumb to lust. For example, I plagued the beautiful virgin named Sarah, killing 7 consecutive grooms who wanted to marry Sarah and enjoy her body. Although lust is the bread and butter of Asmodeus, I also have other sins. Oh my lord. He is said to lord over numerous gambling houses, and he delights in revenge. Oh, here we go. I will never miss a chance to nurse a grudge or help with violent plans for revenge. Oh, be careful of that. It's okay. We have thoughts, words, and deeds. Revenge, if you have to, belongs in your head, so it doesn't come out. You don't speak about it, otherwise it becomes a vibration. Or don't do it in an action, because then you could get arrested, or you'll bring karma. But if if you're a bit pissed off, you can have a think about it, can't you? But then you've got to let it go. Get on with your life. Later, he was given a more cheerful and playful personality. True, he was promiscuous and fond of a dice game, but he did not have the evil intentions one would expect from one of the 7 princes of hell. Woof. There are apocryphal and canonical tests where the Demon King is named. Syrian hemathites, made an idol. In the tower, I missed searching. But this is the mythology.guru. Because I don't want this to go on much longer, because he predicts that Solomon's kingdom will one day be divided. So when Solomon interrogates Asmodeus further, the king learns that Asmodeus is thwarted by the angel Raphael, as well as by the swordfish. So something about swordfish. We had an awful lot of swords come out in your thing, didn't we? What you've got to let go of. Swordfish. Okay. Asmodeus appears as King Asmodeus in the Ars Goetia, where he is said to have a golden seal and is listed as number 32 according to the respective rank. A golden seal. So maybe a golden talisman or a ring, signet ring or something. I'm just going to, bear with me, I'm just going to, so this is more about gambling, walking with a limp, Islamic culture. So here, yeah, he referred to Asmodeus in Surah. Therefore, the puppet is actually Asmodeus, who took the form of Solomon for 40 days before Solomon defeated him. So somebody's impersonating somebody. Asmodeus disappeared from popular culture. He made his last stand in the 17th century when a Spanish playwright reduced him sort of genie in a bottle. I'm a genie in a bottle. Well, an amusing companion for midnight. Then there's a whole load of cultural references that might mean something to other people. I can't. Yeah. He resides in the lowest layer of hell, Nessus, and all the archdemons of the other layer. Nessus is an asteroid, isn't it? Nessus. He was a centaur. There we go. It does go on. But oh my god, Asmodeus is always depicted using his ruby rod. I don't know if there's a bit of wordplay going on there. So he might be into penis power, if you see what I mean. He might have a dick of death. Who knows? Oh my. Wow. There's certainly a lot. Okay. I'm going to save that as a bookmark because bookmark. Oh no, cancel. Do it on the thingy. Add to reading list. Cool, lovely. So anyway, there's your reading. I'm gonna stop now because I'm gonna bring this in under the hour. Okay, take good care, won't you, please?